Tourism Minister Robert Tonge breaks the silence about the Gordon Henderson World Creole Music Festival controversy. More questions than answers as investigators comb through the ruins of the building formerly occupied by Nelly, Stharre and Trevvy Felix. And the Public Service Union initiates a program to assist children of laid-off employees of Public Works Corporation. I am Lourianne Carter with the Channel 5 News. Details coming up.
Here's a cool way to make some quick cash with the Dominica National Lottery. Simply go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Dominica National Lottery, and like our page. Fill out a simple form and that's it. Every week, one lucky fan will win $250. Yep, 250 big ones just for liking our page. How cool is that? So what are you waiting for? Hurry to facebook.com/Dominica National Lottery and start winning. Draw takes place every Friday.
A world leader in manufacturing for the cutting professional, Makita's very own diamond blades provide maximum efficiency for coring, cutting, and polishing all types of masonry.
Another good product put out again by Makita.
Longer life, durability, optimum performance. Makita diamond blades provide a powerful edge that lasts.
Nothing nicer than having a good blade.
Go beyond the ordinary. Go with Makita.
And don't waste time, eh? You know we deliver all over Dominica. The customer waiting for their product. All right?
Good afternoon. Delivery from Muslim store. Anybody home?
Whether you rent or you have your own home, the Muslim store is the place to get what you need. We deliver.
There's a place in Portsmouth that's mellow.
The products and services are just mellow.
Located on Harbour Lane in Portsmouth, next to the St. John's School, it's Milo's Bakery.
Milo's Bakery offers a wide variety of tasty pastries and breads for your satisfaction.
Baked fresh and soft.
So come to Milo's for your tasty pastries. Open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Saturday and from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sundays.
Call 445-4044 today.
Your style, your taste, your look, as individual as you are. Create the room that's all about you with new home furnishings from Quartz. And when you shop today, get a free gift of your choice. Plus, you can make a purchase now and pay absolutely nothing for 90 days. So create the room that's all about you with home furnishings from Quartz, bringing value home.
It's a summertime affair. Summer 2015 is blazing hot, and Marpin 2k4 just made it hotter with special deals on our internet service. Sign in for PingNet between July 27th and September 4th to serve with us and get half off installation and half off your modem. Pay your outstanding balance and get reconnected for free and get half off your first monthly bill. Get even more when you sign up this summer during our PingNet promotion, as Marpin 2k4 will give some lucky customers an extra reason to smile with our giveaways. Come visit us at our Roseau location to get on board our fast and reliable service. It's time to serve.
It's a summertime affair in the atmosphere.
Top in the news, Tourism Minister Robert Tonge has rejected claims that Gordon Henderson is being politically victimized over his non-selection for the Music Icon Award for this year's World Creole Music Festival.
The Sun reported earlier this month that the nomination of Dominican Cadence musician Gordon Henderson to perform and be awarded was rejected by Cabinet. Henderson says he was previously contacted by the Dominica Festivals Committee that he would have been awarded, and later learned through the Sun's report that he was not considered by Cabinet. However, despite some calls for a boycott of the show, Henderson told Channel 5 News he does not support that move.
Gordon Henderson is a music professional. In the music business, there is a slogan that says, "The show must go on." I repeat, the show must go on. So I'm saying, irrespective of even there is hail, there is death, Dominica comes first. The show must go on. I am not calling for any boycott. So I'm happy that Ophelia is getting the award.
Meantime, Minister Robert Tonge spoke to Channel 5 News exclusively on Friday afternoon about the matter, stating that Cabinet had to make the final decision after receiving the names of Ophelia Marie and Gordon Henderson as nominees for the WCMF award.
You have a band selection committee, then you have the Dominica Festivals Committee, then you have the Discover Dominica Board, and then you have Cabinet. So once the band selection committee makes their recommendation, it's passed to the Dominica Festivals Commission committee. That committee reviews it, and then they pass it on to the Discover Dominica Board. The Discover Dominica Board then passes it to Cabinet to make a decision. Until then, no one can be engaged and said that they're given a contract until Cabinet comes back with a decision. It is discussed in Cabinet. Cabinet gives a decision. I send the information back to the functionaries, which will be at Discover Dominica, and then they disseminate the information to the respective artists.
Tonge says over the past 4 years since the inception of the WCMF award, all awardees have been male artists. Therefore, he says it was good to strike a balance with the selection of Our Lady of Song.
The first one was Jeff Joseph, the next one was Fitzroy Williams, the next one was Chubby, and the other was Midnight Groovers. And so we felt it's an opportunity for us to recognize one of our women in the music industry. So that decision was made. That decision was made sometime in July, around the 7th of July, and that information disseminated to the respective functionaries so that they can now prepare the contracts, make the deposits to ensure that they conform with the people, because again, unless you do that, you cannot use their names, and that's why we even had to push back the launch, because one of the bands, which is Chronics, they were taking some time to finalize, and we could not use their name. So it would be a shame, or it would be unfortunate if anyone made any commitment to Mr. Henderson or gave him the impression that he was the one chosen or he would be the one that would be chosen, because that decision is not their decision to make.
As investigations continue into a fire in the heights of Maho, a series of questions remain with no one able to answer them at this stage. Julian Morris has an update.
Because the area is still considered a crime scene, Channel 5 News was not allowed to enter the burnt building, but we were given permission to film around the property. The security there is pretty tight. The area is off limits to the public. Besides police investigators, only Nelly Stharre's family are allowed on site. With investigations still in its early stages, the area remains cordoned off and strictly supervised by CID and Special Service Unit. What we saw when we returned to the area on Friday was a very professional police team making sure the crime scene was preserved. In order for the Channel 5 News team to be given access to film, we had to wear particular gear provided by the police and follow strict guidelines as to what we could film and how long we could stay on site. As far as we know, Nelly Stharre's family have not heard from her or seen her since last Friday, but police still have not been able to say conclusively whether anyone actually perished in the blaze. There is no conclusive evidence at this stage that anyone has died in this fire. So far, police have only been able to say that they found what appears to be human remains. That is yet to be determined. No confirmation from the police that there were dead bodies, and no confirmation that Nelly Stharre died in that fire. A fire department team visited the site on Friday. No word yet as to the cause of that fire. As far as police findings, we will have to wait until the police PRO issues a statement. Julian Morris, Channel 5 News.
Quick action by the fire department may have prevented further damage to a house in the Wall House area Friday afternoon. This is the home of Randolph and Rosie Felix, where the fire broke out. It is not clear yet what caused the fire, which resulted in severe damage upstairs of the building. Investigations are ongoing. In other news now, the Public Service Union has initiated a program to assist children of Public Works Corporation staff in the face of an extended layoff for 20 workers there.
These employees were expected to return to work last Thursday after a 6-week layoff. However, they received letters the day before informing them that the layoff had been extended. The PSU executive met on Monday to review the situation with Public Works Corporation staff, which they represent.
Yesterday, we decided that we are going to launch a campaign called Voice of the Oppressed. We will also be launching an appeal for assistance to help the children of those oppressed people. And we will be appealing to members of the public as well as our members and business places to drop in school supplies and food for these people.
Later says they could stage a protest over the matter.
We'll be having public meetings. We are hoping to have public meetings at some point. And after we have done all this, plus flyers distributed all over the place, after we would have done all these things, we are hoping that if the matter is not resolved, then that is where we will have to have a national protest to demonstrate our solidarity for the employees. If the situation continues as is while we are doing our mobilization, it will culminate in a national protest or national shutdown, if you want to call it that way.
The PSU executive had previously proposed to the PWC board to implement a rotation schedule for the layoffs. However, that was not considered.
What we proposed was that the 20 employees should return to work and that a work furlough would be immediately implemented. That is to say that some of the employees would work for, say, 4 days for the week, while some others work for 3 days. So what that would mean is that it would put the board in a situation where they would not have additional monies to pay to anybody. And instead of having people go home for 6 weeks, you will now rotate on a 2 weeks. So some people will go for 2 weeks, others would go for another 2 weeks when they return.
The Jeff Small Grants Program is engaged in a €4 million project which seeks to establish and enhance a network of marine management areas. The Eastern Caribbean Marine Managed Areas Network (ECMAN) project is a regional project established in St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Grenada. The project is being funded by the German Federal Ministry for Environment, Nature Conservation and Building and Nuclear Safety, BMUB. The project is being executed by the Jeff Small Grants Program and is receiving over $400,000 to fund the project locally.
The project aims to establish new marine managed areas or strengthen the management of existing ones. And of course, with establishment, there will be the management as well. It also supports livelihoods for stakeholders like fisher folk, divers, and other users of the resources. And the other component is the campaign, that is increasing the awareness of these selected marine areas.
Each country is allocated €150,000 for the campaign and livelihood support.
Now the campaign theme, the regional theme is "This is who we are." And it's really highlighting the marine resources and saying, you know, we can take care of it, we can value it, we can use it wisely. This is who we are. We value what we have and we use it wisely and we protect it. This is who we are. But for us in Dominica, because we're focused on the cabarets, we said, we would lose the tagline, Cabarets, c'est la vie. So meaning the cabarets marine section is our life. You know, we depend on it for so many things.
Team member of the ECMAN project says they have several activities ongoing for the campaign. Every island was given an original song to remix as part of the competition.
Our video as well, we want to highlight the areas of the Cabarets National Park Marine section, why it's beautiful, and we really want to get it out there. So Dominicans can see it and say, wow, I mean, I knew Portsmouth was beautiful, but Portsmouth is very beautiful. The biggest part of the competition right now is the remix. That's what we're trying to work on. We have the remix and the video production. Also, part of the competition is seeing which islands can get more in-kind and in-cash donations. because yes, they did support the cause, but they want to see which islands get the community as well involved, which is why it's important that we get the participation from Dominicans on a whole, not just Dominicans living in the area, but Dominicans on a whole.
The competition ends in October, where all activities will be judged. The award ceremony for the regional islands will be held at the Fortune Hotel on November 18. A business proposal is in the pipeline as the National Youth Council executive prepares for an agricultural enterprise. Under the leadership of Josiah Benoit, the non-governmental organization will make plans for its agriculture business a priority for the 2015 to 2017 term. Production of goat milk and cheese are among aspects of the venture.
Well, right now we're just awaiting some more technical expertise from the Division of Agriculture, because we are attempting to, in the first phase of the project, replicate what took place at the Central Livestock Farm in terms of ruminant rearing. And so we're waiting on the assistance to complete the technical component of our business proposal, which will then send to several benefactors who have expressed interest in funding this initiative. The enterprise, as we have mentioned before, will focus on production of ruminant meat or goat meat, as well as goat milk and eventually goat cheese.
Land has been identified at Savannah York in the Makushri area to construct a facility for the NYC's agriculture enterprise.
We have made several visits to the property in the past, and we're waiting some further assistance and guidelines from the Ministry of Agriculture as to which area that may be allocated to the National Youth Council. We saw the synergy in establishing the NYCD headquarters on whatever lands would be made available to the council for establishment of our agricultural enterprise. So God willing, if we do get the land in Savannah York, I think it would be strategic for the council to move to establish its headquarters in Savannah York whilst maintaining a central office in Roseau.
Coming up, the WASCO's new chairman outlines some of his plans for the water company's future.
This is freedom, this is life, happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that
when you can afford what you crave, life just gets so good.
I'm so alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey,
KFC, so good for everyone.
Be the best in class this back to school when you shop at Courts. Get tablets from only $399, laptops from as low as $1,649, and desktops starting at only $1,899. Plus, get a free gift with selected purchases. What's more, shop on credit 24 months and over and pay absolutely nothing for 90 days. With the widest range, the best prices, and the world's best brands, Courts has all you need for back to school. Courts, bringing value home.
Outside the Box presents the second annual Mr. Caribbean competition at the Arawak House of Culture on Saturday, August 29, 2015 from 8 p.m. with contestants from Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, Guyana, Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Dominica. Tickets available at Prima Donna and Dons and Divas, only $50. Don't miss it.
I am Junior Thomas, Dominica representative in the Mr. Caribbean pageant. Greetings to the beautiful people of Dominica on behalf of all the 2015 Mr. Caribbean contestants.
There's a place in Portsmouth that's mellow.
The products and services are just mellow.
Located on Harbour Lane in Portsmouth, next to the St. John's School, it's Milo's Bakery.
Milo's Bakery offers a wide variety of tasty pastries and breads for your satisfaction.
Baked fresh and soft.
So come to Milo's for your tasty pastries.
Open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Saturday and from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sundays.
Call 445-4044 today.
Here's a cool way to make some quick cash with the Dominica National Lottery. Simply go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Dominica National Lottery, and like our page. Fill out a simple form and that's it. Every week, one lucky fan will win $250. Yep, 250 big ones just for liking our page. How cool is that? So what are you waiting for? Hurry to facebook.com/Dominica National Lottery and start winning. Draw takes place every Friday.
You and your family need to make the right nutritional choices to get the maximum from life. Milk is the most nutritious beverage for both children and adults. Dutch Lady milk is full of nutrition. It's ideal for everyone in your family. Dutch Lady has protein for essential development and growth, calcium to build strong bones and teeth, and vitamins B2 for energy. Dutch Lady milk will give you maximum nutrition, and you can have it your way. Evaporated, powdered, flavored, straight, with cereal and fruits, it's all good. Dutch Lady milk gives you and your family the nutrition they need. At Astafans. Right place, right price.
Thank you for staying with us. New chairman of DOWASCO intends to explore the company's potential for hydroelectricity. Louis Patrick Hill was announced as the water company's chairman at a recent press conference. Hill, who was previously a senator in the U.S. Virgin Islands, has revealed the 4 focus areas he believes the company should explore. He says if DOWASCO is able to protect its watersheds, commercialize and export bulk water and bottled water, and produce energy from the island's water, the country would benefit.
There are opportunities for DOWASCO to enter into the power generation business. We have the systems where water is collected and passed through certain systems that would allow for hydro production, for the production of hydroelectricity. And I think that DOWASCO ought to seriously explore that. It would be a great revenue earner. It could be a renewable source of power generation in the country. I think DOMLEC would be quite interested in buying power from the company if it was produced. And so I think we ought to look at that.
He'll stress the need to protect the precious resources available in Dominica.
Protection of our watersheds. So that's number one. Secondly, I think that the company must use its resources in a way that would benefit all of the people of this country. Water is a great natural resource. There are many people out there who need water. We must do everything we can to find markets for bulk water sales. And additionally, I think we are to look into bottling water. Clearly, we have a couple companies locally that bottle water, but they're not doing it on a scale that is global, that is regional, that's international.
The new chairman commended the company, its previous chairman and current general manager on their job at providing coverage to 98% of the island. Enhancements to the Kalinago Territory's tourism niche may soon attract more people from U.S. and Latin American countries. A returnee of the territory, Louis Patrick Hill, in an interview with Channel 5 News, revealed that the territory will soon be making small developments in the cottage industry. Hill says the development they have been working on, called the Iwasi Kalinago Retreat, is a project he has been working on since returning to Dominica 2 years ago.
It's a cottage industry, and we're looking to attract visitors from the French islands, throughout the Caribbean, North and South America, North and Central America, Canada. So, you know, it's just another small tourism product that we're trying to add to what already exists in this country.
Hill says with assistance from the government, more specifically the Ministry of Tourism, the Kalinago Territory will soon have a new welcoming face.
The Ministry of Tourism, is also looking at enhancing some of the areas where the vendors sell their craft. They have been in discussions with the Kalinago Council and some of the people and the residents up there about creating 2 beautiful entrances to the territory, one in Barakan, one in Sineku. So when you enter the territory, there would be a very clear and distinct entrance that would be beautifully constructed. So there are some things in the pipeline that we're excited about, and we're looking forward to collaborating with the government on that.
Hill was recently selected to be the new chairman of the DOWASCO Board of Directors. The Social Welfare Division has been distributing thousands of dollars every year to help send foster children to school.
The Social Welfare Division is responsible for children and teenagers under the foster care program. That government department places abused and vulnerable children in homes by way of court order to be cared for by foster parents.
We send up the recommendation to the ministry, to the PS, recommending that this person be placed into foster care. As soon as we get the approval, from then on, that person is being fostered under the welfare division. So we assist them with the 100% textbooks and uniforms medicals, and a yearly uniform allowance, or clothing allowance actually, for those going to secondary school is I think it's $500, and a little less for those who attend the primary school.
To date, up to $37,000 have been spent to send foster care children to school on the heels of school reopening in September. So
far, we have assisted some of the foster children with uniforms and shoes to the tune of about $42.45, and also textbooks, $21,227.73, and that figure is not the final figure, because, as you know, we're still in the early month of August, and children will be coming. Now, those that that figure that I've mentioned would be mainly for the children who are in the foster care. Foster care, those children are called the full responsibility of the Social Welfare Division.
Morvan says there are many cases in which parents cannot afford to send their children to school although they have jobs.
You would imagine that everybody in Dominica would want some form of assistance in some way or the other, and in that regard the division cannot provide everybody with the needs of the family. So what we do is we look at it on a needs basis. Those who are most in need, we assist them. Now, we operate on a budget that government gives yearly, and you know there are limitations. We cannot overspend. We have to go within the limits of the budget. So what we normally do is we would have to take on very extreme cases. Some of the cases we have to refer them to the Ministry of Education, which really is the ministry responsible for assisting or seeing to the needs of the education of children. But there are those we just cannot turn away.
That's news. Dominica goes 1-up in the Windward Island Cricket Tournament. Your sports highlights next.
Dominica Amateur Athletics Association President Cedric Harris is giving a vote of confidence to incoming President of the IAAF. Britain's Lord Sebastian Coe edged out Sergio Botka of Ukraine 115 votes to 92. Harris spoke to Channel 5 Sports from Beijing, China.
Sebastian Coe has promised to make athletics better for the region and the world. And from there on, we're going to look and see what happened. Sergio Botka is now the first vice president and will be taking care of all projects, development projects for member federations. So he's still in, and they're going to be working as a team. Athletics is going to be moving forward. I think there's a stream of fresh blood, new ideas based on the programs that the both gentlemen presented. They are both good programs, but as you know, they can only have one winner. One of the things that he had high on the agenda is by 2017, he wanted to see that most of the developing countries are equipped with facilities. As you know, the IAAF is all about athletics. So facilities, I would suppose, looking at track and field facilities. And Dominica has already put in their bid.
Meanwhile, Cedric Harris says Dominica's lone ambassador at the World Games in Beijing, Jordani Garcia Duranona, is pepped and ready to cop another medal. Jordani will compete in men's triple jump next week, coming out of a successful NACAC Games.
It can only get better from here on. He got here in China, he's really getting himself acclimatized to the condition. It's a 12 hours difference. For myself, it's been a little difficult adjusting, more so for him. But as a professional as he is, Jordanis have already getting himself in that mode. Take his rest, he have trained today, and getting all his fluids and doing all the right things that will make him at that optimum level for the competition that he is going to face. He is competing in the first round of competition on the 26th of August, and the finals will be on the 27th. We can only wish him well. Sure, Dominic will be rooting for him.
Dominica's under-13 squad will look forward to some excitement next week when they go to St. Lucia for a 5-day cricket festival. The team will take on St. Lucian under-13 squads in 5 games. It comes at the end of the sports division's caravan program for young cricketers, and sports officer Kevin James says the young guys have great benefits to score from this.
Hopefully we can get the young boys to go out there and improve, gain the experience of being on a tour and how it's like to go out there and play against opposition. It's also something that the boys can look forward to. It's a Dominica under-13 team. At the end of the day, they can come out and say that they have represented Dominica at the national level, at that level, the under-13. And in the squad we have quite a bit of young and exciting players. We have guys who have represented Windward's under-15, as well as Dominica under-15 on that squad. We have guys who have been on the under-13 team before. So it's quite a bit of an experienced team, but it's also a very young team.
And 11 teams will fight to dethrone the defending champs of the White Oak Domino League Sunday. The league comes to a grand close at the Football Galore facility. Delvin Esprit has a full report.
The following players goes as follows: Greg John Baptiste and Trevor John Baptiste, Jason James and Jerry Adrian, and that's from the West Coast, Wendell Mack and Angelo Allen, Peterson Borning and Bernard James, Richard John and Governor John, Noah Vivian and Baptiste Val, that's from the Cardiff area. From the Valley area, Eric Joseph and Anthony Deja, Ed Mason and Martin Seja. From the East Coast, Marlene Beatle and Franklin Graham, Lincoln Coffey and Bernard Prince. From the North and Northeast, Libert Remy and Alison Waters, the defending champions, Julian Pasqua and John Bruno, Royston Cado and Denison Bell and Peter Ray and Stevenson Joseph. From the Southwest District, Junior Juvie and Jefferson Latham, Tony Alexander and Lambert Packett, Jefferson Charles and Clem Fontaine, and Derek Tupini and Roberto John Baptiste. South District, Leonard St. Bernard and Anton St. Bernard, the St. Bernard brothers, Renal Ansido and Felix Dangaben from Tremors, and from the Rosie to Mao District, Dorian Ford and Michael David, Randall Robinson and Austin Terrell, Miguel Chukar and Miguel Augustine, and Edmund George and John Williams. And these are the technical players that will be taking part in the grand finals of the White Oak Domino competition this Sunday at 11 o'clock to get a chance to play for $10,000.
A sterling knock from Jelani Robinson got Dominica off to a good start in their Windward Islands cricket campaign. Robinson knocked his way to his first senior century, 152 against St. Lucia in the opening campaign Friday, to take an innings and 65-run win over St. Lucia. Dominica sent in the St. Lucians to bat on day 1, and they put up a 203 for 9 declared. Clearly that wasn't enough, as the likes of Robinson, Shane Chillingford 38 and Cavem Hort 35 cruised past that total to give Dominica a 125-run lead on 328 for 9 declared. St. Lucia was later bowled out for a mere 60 runs. Jelani Robinson says his score is especially sweet, having led his team to victory.
I feel good about the evening. It was, I think, something I would add towards before the tournament, do a lot of work on my own, so I guess I just would be rewarded, even before the tournament started. I always said that I want to make the first game count, because to make the rest of the tournament a lot easier for me, to put myself under much pressure. So happy that I could have done it in this first. And, the sweetest thing about this score is that the team won, and we had a big victory. So today was just a good day for myself, individual, and in the team.
Hurricane Danny could weaken as we head into the weekend. Let's find out in your weather report next.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. Some weak instability persisted across the central and northern portions of the Les Antilles today, resulting in partly cloudy to cloudy skies across Dominica. Meanwhile, Hurricane Danny in the Atlantic has intensified into a Category 3 hurricane. Danny is the first major hurricane of the 2015 Atlantic hurricane season. At 5 p.m., Danny was located near 14.5 degrees north, 49.1 degrees west, or about 860 miles east of the Leeward Islands. Maximum sustained winds have increased to 115 miles per hour with a movement toward the west-northwest. A movement to the west is expected by Saturday. At the moment, no watches or warnings have been issued for Danny. However, interests in the Leeward Islands should continue to monitor the progress of the system. On its present track, Danny is expected to move across the Leeward Islands on Monday, north of Dominica, as a tropical storm. Today's radar imagery indicated scattered showers across the island from time to time during the course of the day. Tonight's weather is expected to be fair to partly cloudy and hazy with a few scattered showers. These conditions are expected to persist into tomorrow. Sea conditions tomorrow will be moderate in open water with waves picking up to 7 feet. And looking ahead, fair to partly cloudy skies with a few scattered showers can be expected into Sunday evening. However, by late Sunday night, increased cloudiness with showers can be expected as Danny approaches the Leeward Islands. On Monday, cloudy skies with showers and isolated thunderstorms are possible as Danny moves across the Lesser Antilles. And across the Lesser Antilles tomorrow, fair to partly cloudy skies with some scattered showers can be expected. And on the international scene, beautiful conditions can be expected in New York and London, thunderstorm activity in Miami and Beijing, with a chance of rain in Caracas. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:51 a.m. and will set at 6:25 p.m. For further information, visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Thank you for joining us this evening and have a great weekend.
The headlines again. Tourism Minister Robert Tonge breaks the silence about the Gordon Henderson World Creole Music Festival controversy. More questions and answers as investigators comb through the ruins of the building formerly occupied by Nelly, Stharre and Trevvy Felix. And the Public Service Union initiates a program to assist children of laid-off employees of Public Works Corporation. Send your questions and comments to news at Marpin 2k4.com. On behalf of the production team, I am Lourianne Carter. Have a safe weekend.